What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I know, and I know I say this every time I come back, but this time I'm really gonna try to put out some content. It's finally the new year. I didn't post anything in January because the whole month of January I was in the process of moving. So now that I'm in my new place, I have a lot more space. I have my own room finally. Like, I don't know if you guys know that, but I've been sharing a room my whole life I have siblings. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. First it was me and my brother, and then my sister came along, so then it was me and my sister. So now I'm finally out in my own space, so I'm really gonna try to give this everything I got. Like, I got a new little setup happening. So I really wanted to come back strong with a makeup tutorial, and I did this makeup the other day and I didn't get a good picture of it. I was so mad, but I was so in love with the oranges in this look because I don't usually use oranges. I was like, why not film something colorful and glam for my first look back? So this is what I came up with. I really love the way it came out. My face, I used the L'Oreal Infallible foundation from the drugstore, and I used to love that foundation, but I haven't used drugstore foundation in so long because I've been really into like the higher end foundations lately. But it just made my skin look so flawless today. I was like, oh my god, like I fell in love again. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the brows, and of course I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in brunette or dark brown, whatever it is. I don't really like to do too much with the brows. I really only try to follow my natural brow shape. So what I do is I just follow the bottom part of my brow, and then I just fill in like where the arch is and a little bit in the front, and I just blend it all out with a spoolie. Okay, so this is the same thing I always do. I always take a little bit of concealer to carve out and clean up my brows. And I also use it as an eyeshadow base, so my eyeshadows have a nice clean slate. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm just going to set the concealer just so the eyeshadows glide on and blend smoothly. Okay, so for eyeshadows, of course, I'm using my Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. The first two colors I'm starting with my crease are going to be Silk Cream and MFEO, I believe it is. Those are my favorite just neutral crease colors just to start with all the time. And underneath those colors, I'm going to be using the color Pooter and the color Hunts. Hunts is a beautiful orangey color. I never really used colors like this, so I really wanted to try it out, and I loved the way it came out. This is a very simple eye look. It just requires a lot of blending, which is why you see me going back 1,001 times, doing the windshield wiper motions. And I'm also going back and forth with the orange because I'm trying to build it up into the intensity that I want. I don't want to start with a lot at first because it's easier to build up the product than to take away product. Okay, so now I'm just putting a little bit of concealer on my lid because I really want to intensify the lid color. Okay, now for the lid, I'm taking the color Firework from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm just going to place that all over the lid where I placed the concealer. Now I'm just going to take a black eyeliner pencil and I'm just going to tight line my lash line. This helps with when I put fake lashes on. I don't want any skin showing through. Okay, so I had to do my lashes off camera, but now I'm just taking a Neutrogena makeup remover wipe and I'm just cleaning the edges of my eyeshadow so I could start my foundation. Okay, so for foundation, I'm taking the best drugstore matte foundation there is, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the color 105. I'm gonna spritz my brush a little bit and then I'm using a flat top kabuki brush to blend it out. And for concealer, of course, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. It's my favorite concealer in the world. I don't know when a new concealer is going to come out and take over because this will forever be my favorite. Of course, I'm blending my under eye concealer with a sponge. This is the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. It's my favorite inexpensive sponge. Other than that, all I use is the Beauty Blender. This concealer also sets really fast, so you want to work quickly with this. And of course, I'm going to take the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder to bake my face. I have to bake my face all the time. Whether it's 5 minutes or 5 seconds, I have to bake. Now we're just going to wipe all the excess powder off and on to bronzing and contouring. So for bronzer, this is a fairly new product of mine. It's the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer, and I really love it, especially the packaging and how big it is, and it also comes with a mirror, so I really love that. I'm just gonna bronze up my face just to bring back some color to it, but then I'm also going to contour with the Benefits Hoola Bronzer. Now I'm just going to hit the apples of my cheeks with a little bit of blush from Tarte. Not sure the color, but I will list it below. Now I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and blend everything together so we have no harsh lines on our face. And then on to my favorite part. Okay, so for highlight, we're going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit, and we're going to be using the color Butterscotch. This is my absolute favorite color in this glow kit. This color just blends into my skin tone so beautiful. It became one of my favorite highlights. We're going to take that same black pencil eyeliner and just line the lower lash line. We're also going to take some brown eyeshadow and the same orange eyeshadow that's in the crease and just smoke out the lower lash line as well. Now I'm taking the highlight we used on our cheeks, Butterscotch from the Sugar Glow Kit, and I'm just adding that in my tear duct and under my brow bone for some highlight. Last but not least, we're going to move on to the lips, and of course I'm using Rimmel Coffee Bean Lip Liner. And of course for the lips, we're using my new favorite nude. It's the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie collection in the color No Shade. And I'm just going to throw a clear gloss over that. And now to finish off the look, I'm just going to spritz my face with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. And that is it for this look. I hope you guys liked. Don't forget to subscribe, comment,